Hi YouTube, welcome to my review of episode 7 of Wandavision. As you can see, we have a picture of Agatha Harkness here, so it will lead up to this, I promise you. So our premise for this review is we got an episode summary, Easter eggs, commercial analysis, and the review itself. So episode summary of the Wandavision. This is the title card for episode 7. They go Modern Family / The Office in its format. Episode opens with Elizabeth Olsen lying in her bed. She is still wearing that Sokovian fortune teller costume, implying it's a few hours after she expanded the hex from the last episode. Billy and Tommy wake her up, and Mommy was like she wants to be on quarantine for today. Too soon, man. Too soon. Billy says his head hears lots of noise, implying he can read minds. Like when Professor X had some headaches during Days of Future Past. We see the boys holding a Nintendo GameCube controller, which then morphs into an Atari 2600 controller, then to Uno cards. I'm not sure if before the GameCube controller it was the Wii, but okay. Wanda comes down, now in her jammies, and wants to eat some cereal. She gets a plastic bottled milk, which gets to a milk carton with a missing child, and then to a glass milk bottle. I don't know who's the missing child is. It was out of focus. She then talks to the narrator, mockumentary style. We see that a lot with Darcy and Vision doing the same thing, and with Agnes. Opening credits is a mashup of things with Wanda on it, implying that this episode is centered on Wanda, and then Vision is added on the end, adding that Vision is settled on the sidelines for this one. What I meant here is this is centered around Wanda. Vision is on the sideline on this one. He was hanging out with Darcy. So this is Wanda centric. Vision is like as an extra thing. Back to the real world. Sword takes a new base camp. They look like they are planning for a counter strike after the hex expanded. Then we get a moment in the hex where Vision recognizes Darcy, frees her from the mind control. Darcy is transformed into an escape artist here, alluding to the fact that she was handcuffed last episode. Back at the Maximoff household, twins are concerned about their uncle, who said about Vision dying twice. Wanda has come to the realization here now that Pietro that we got to know here is not the Pietro we all know about, which is Aaron Taylor Johnson. So we got debated on having multiverses here in WandaVision. This Marvel Studios is just debating us with the multiverse. Turns out it was a fake out, and it wasn't Pietro. Agnes comes in. She takes the kids in her house. She showed her mole to Wanda. Alone in her house again. Gadgets in the household. Glitches again. We see Wanda struggling to bring those appliances back to what they are in the present decade, but they keep glitching back to what they were in the previous decades. For example, the fireplace. And we also got the stork. It's awful. Back on the real world, Darcy's hacking paid off, and we got some details on Project Cataract. It seems that Hayward wanted Vision revived for personal gains. So that's why Hayward still wants Wanda dead. He'll kill her. He'll kill her dead. That's what he takes if he wants to get Vision back. Be careful, Hayward. You might retrigger Ultron if you're doing it. Next up, we get the most disappointing reveal ever, and we get Major Gooder, Glover, Gobbledygooker, Goodner as the aerospace engineer. Back in the circus, Vision unlocks Darcy's memory, and they got away from the wrestler in an ice cream van. Darcy spoiled Vision of Infinity War later. So she told the ending Wanda had to kill Vision Vision asks why, because it's in order to save the universe. But Vision died like a minute. Thanos reverts him back, and he died twice. So there. Wanda got interviewed, and the narrator asked Wanda if all these glitches are what she deserves. Wanda was prompted to say, "You ain't supposed to say that," or something like that. I don't know. With a commercial break for the Nexus. We'll explain that later. Outside the Hex, the vehicle that got built up for like 3 episodes failed to penetrate the barrier. It transformed into a half modern, half classic truck. Monica just fuck it and went through the barrier itself. She's like in this astronaut getup, alluding to her photon skin, which transforms into a photon skin when she got out of the Hex. While she was re-entering the Hex, she hears a lot of voices, including her mom and Brie Larson. She successfully re-entered the Hex. She didn't warp. Back in the Infinity War exposition, we get several tropes of things that prevents the truck from going back to Wanda's house, from traffic lights to to children parades. Vision went by and fuck this, and then he flew out. He faced through the truck and then he flew, leaving Darcy all alone in the open. Monica confronts Wanda. Wanda gets mad. Monica tries to reason with her, but then Wanda goes freaky mode, tries to exile Monica again, then she goes all photon on her, negates her attack, and she did the superhero landing. Agnes is lurking in the window, goes to the scene, fleds with Wanda, takes her back to the house, her house. Wanda realizes the kids are missing. Agnes said maybe they're on the basement. Now we get the reveal of the basement. It became an evil, spooky lair, and it's connected to the real world because the aspect ratio changed. We are then revealed that Agnes is Agatha Harkness, like everyone and their mother called it. And then we also got the reveal that Agatha killed Sparky. So, Easter eggs. Before other Easter eggs, I would just want to say there is a mid-credit scene. Monica discovers a cellar opener that leads to the basement, and then Quicksilver snuck up on her saying, "Snooper's gonna snoop." There. The cereal is called Sugar Snaps, which could be a reference to the snap from Thanos. Billy notes that Tommy always get the controller first, implying Tommy's super speed. Or is it Billy? Or Tommy? I don't know. Wicked notes that Speed always get the controller first, implying that Speed has super speed. Wanda's bed sheets are full of hexagon again, like every other thing in this episode. Billy and Tommy are wearing their comic clothes. I mean, they're wearing real life clothes where the color scheme is an allusion to the comics. The radio station is WNDA, which reads Wanda, and one of the images flashed in the intro is 122822, which is Stanley's birthday. It could be that the "I know what you're doing, Wanda" statement in the intro be foreshadowing Agatha Harkness. The font of Wandavision is reminiscent of Modern Family. You can spot Agnes's plant bag that was shown in the first episode on Wanda's house. If you look closely, the stork also comes back, which is awful. And then Agnes shows her mole at her backside, which is an allusion to the witch's mark. Monica glowing is a reference to Nick Fury telling Monica to glow like her Auntie Carol when she blip back. Monica can see spectrums, a reference to her being called Spectrum in the comics, as if she already has enough names to go by. Wanda appears to consume Nexus pills. So if you look closely, she's consuming some pills. The branding of the pills is the Nexus, which is the pills in the commercial. The mailman works for Presto, a word used by magicians. Billy and Tommy were watching Yo Gabba Gabba. Agatha all along is a tribute to the show The Monsters. The Darkhold may be the book that is displayed in Agatha's lair. The Darkhold is that evil book of demons. Senior Scratchy is a nod to Agatha Harkness's cat. I think they replaced it to a rabbit to make it less obvious. The wrestler in the circus is a nod to the Marvel superhero, the Sentry, if you see his belt. And then we go for commercial analysis. Nexus could mean a lot of things. In Age of Ultron, the Nexus is the hub of the internet. Remember the Age of Ultron movie? Vision originated from there. In the comics, the Nexus is the connecting point of all realities. It's like they say, the nexus of all realities, and Wanda is considered a nexus being. Nexus being meaning she is the same person across all multiverses. So now we proceed to the review. Wandavision episode 7 helped in giving answers the last episode established while bringing out new questions. What is Project Cataract? How the fuck can Hayward destroy Westview, or rather launch an assault, if they will transform when entering it? What is Agatha's plot? Will we ever see Mephisto or Nightmare? Who knows? Maybe Mephisto will go maybe Senior Scratchy will go Peter Pettigrew and actually transforms into Mephisto or Nightmare. With regards to Agatha's reveal, even though it was predictable, we could argue predictability can be a good thing as long as the execution is good. Mark brought down itself with the execution of Agatha's reveal and with this episode. No episode of Wandavision has disappointed so far, except the marketing that it was supposed to be an hour long, I think. So there. So that could be my review for Wandavision. Stay tuned for next week as I review episode 8 for this. I hope you like the PowerPoint presentation format. I'm trying to do some stuff during the weekend, and I consider it is a hobby now. So, see you guys next time.